Hi folks, today we're going to talk about multi-node servers, and we all know that the backbone of such a server is a switch, and this is power over Ethernet switch, which is mostly ideal. So this one has 16 ports and it can provide power over Ethernet. So then you need nodes, and I have an example of a node. So you can use this board, CmRat board, to have it as a node. This means that you can literally use 16 cables like this one. This is category 7 cable. You can have lower category cable. For example, category 5 would suffice for 1 gigabit. So you just connect these boxes to your switch, and then you connect some kind of control computer like another Raspberry Pi or another computer, a PC that actually controls these nodes and instructs them what actually to do. So basically a switch can also look like this, but this is not capable of power over Ethernet, but it would still be sufficient because these modules can also be powered through 12-volt power supply or even through USB-C port. And let me show you how it looks like. So it's got enclosed universal power supply. It is here, and you have all the connectors for different power grids for all the circuits in the world, and you also get a fan. So I'm going to show you. You also get a screwdriver to mount your compute module, but this is cooling grips with a fan, so this you can actually place on your compute module, and you have this professional connector for the fan, so it's much bigger than Raspberry Pi's connector and much more reliable. And when you take it out, it looks like this. I've already inbuilt the module, so I'm going to show it how it looks like from the inside at the end, but right now let me show you how it works. So if you want to set up a server, you could of course use a board like this one. This is the original board from Raspberry Pi development kit, and of course it's got a variety of connectors. As you can see, 2 HDMI ports, an Ethernet port. Let me take it out. So you also have an antenna. So this is a general purpose board. If you use this for your server nodes, it's not going to be optimal, because these boards, okay, you can have a fan mounted on the board, you can have all these options, but you have plenty of connectors that you actually don't need, and it takes quite a lot of space. So if you want to use this simple board, which is much smaller, it's optimized as a server node. So let me show you how it works like. So we're going to take out this power supply, and we're going to use this European grid connector. So it goes like this. You just stick it in and you turn it a little bit. So, and then you actually release the cable, and then you can connect it. I've already prepared this Raspberry Pi keyboard with USB sound card, with a camera, and with a mouse. So all these devices are going to be connected to the monitor. Why I'm doing this? This is because if you want to set up a node, you have this HDMI port. It's just a single mini HDMI port. I have mini HDMI cable here. It's still better than micro, which you have on your Raspberry Pi 5 and all the other Raspberry Pis, and except for the compute module boards. And you have an Ethernet connector, which is very important. So this can also be used for powering. And then we have USB-C connector. We get also a very interesting adapter, which is it turns out to be very important, because this kind of adapter will allow you to connect USB devices, and it's here. So we have it here. This is the adapter. So it's from USB-C to USB 2 connector. So let me show you. you're gonna stick it in like this here, and then you can stick a normal sized USB cable. This is more or less the same configuration as with Raspberry Pi Zero if you want to use it as a desktop. So let's connect it and let's see how it works. So I don't have power over Ethernet, so it's not going to start right now, but I'm going to connect the 12-volt power supplies. So basically we have three ways of powering it. So let me show you. So I'm just going to connect this power supply, and then you're going to see the monitor as it starts. So this is it. It's a green light here, it's a green light here. You also have a red light, and when it's a red light you have no key here to press, so you have just to disconnect the power and reconnect it. So let's see how it works. So it's starting like a normal Raspberry Pi, and as you can see it's already connected to the network through its Ethernet port. And let's see whether camera works. So I'm gonna switch on the camera. So I'm gonna put it like this to say something. So like this. Okay. So let me show you how the camera works. So this is just like a general purpose, but if you're doing a server setup, it's more or less interesting. So let's try it. So as you can see, we have a picture, so I can wave my hand. So the camera works, the speakers work, so you can also have a microphone. So this is actually a full-fledged Raspberry Pi, but if you want to use it like a computer node, you can take all this hardware away and you work just with this simple board, which is adapted for being powered over the Ethernet, over USB-C port, or with a 12-volt power supply, which comes with the board. Raspberry Pi 500 and Raspberry Pi Compute Pi 5, but also about the future of Raspberry Pi as a company that produces. As you can see, it's as fast and as good as any Raspberry Pi. Maybe it doesn't have USB 3.0 ports, but it's still a very good model. And now let's take a look inside. Just undo the bolts and then you can simply take it out. So as we can see from the bottom side, here is SD card socket and M.2 connector for connecting SSD drive. If we look from this side, we can see a certain kind of jumpers. Here we have PBC disable jumper, and this one is going to disable this tiny chip. This chip is actually meant to provide some kind of a software power on button capability. So if you want software to do a hard reset after if a compute module gets stuck or something, then this chip can do it. It's actually an old Atmel chip, which is Atmel was actually taken over by Microchip, and now it's been produced by Microchip. Here you can program the software in this tiny chip, and this next jumper is just for safety. It's meant to select, actually to disable USB powering. But if you remove this jumper, or if you set it aside as I did it, actually it's impossible to power the board through USB-C port. This is just a precautionary measure if you power the board through this 12-volt connector or through Ethernet port, through power over Ethernet. Here I have another jumper. This actually connects CD detection, and it's meant for Radxa light board, which is actually without eMMC drive, and it needs this signal. So if you are connecting this kind of compute module, then you have to remove this connector. Here we have GPIO pins. There are only 20 pins in this GPIO connector, but you have to take into account that they are not compatible. So actually they are not arranged the same way as they are on Raspberry Pi So you have to study the schematics to see what you can connect where. So these are LEDs that indicate status of the compute module, and here is a switch. Actually, it's a switch. If you have it in this position, the compute module is going to boot normally, but if you put it in this position, then the compute module would actually act as a data key. So you would be able to upload the software to the SD card or SSD drive through this USB-C connector. So you just connect the board to your PC. You can also connect it through one cable, and if you leave the jumper like this, the board is also going to be powered from your home PC or another computer, also from another Raspberry Pi, but you have to make sure that there is enough power to power the module, at least to the level that you can actually write data to the SD card or SSD drive. So it's probably ampere or two. So here you have power over Ethernet module. So you can see that this module actually can also power. So this is the power over Ethernet module, as you can see. If you've liked this video, please press like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget about the notification bell. If you really like it, then hype it as well. See you in the next video. Bye.